Hi, it's Will, your online brain training and self-image expert, here today with day 7 of our 21-day series called Eat That Elephant in the Room. And today's video is all about how to feel good now before that circumstance has changed. So before you've eaten the elephant, before you've got the result and experienced the breakthrough that you're going to experience, what if you could feel good all the way leading up to that actual circumstantial change in your life? What difference would that make? Well, if you're like me, it would make a huge difference because I used to spend, and I still spend, a good amount of time feeling crappy and thinking crappy about things that really matter to me because they matter to me. If they didn't matter to me, I wouldn't spend much time on them. But the more something matters to me, the more I notice I'm willing to beat myself up just a little bit in an attempt to motivate myself to get to do better, which, as I mentioned before, doesn't work. So, this video has been inspired by a conversation I had today at my job, and one of my coworkers said, well, if I had a different job, it would be easier for me to feel good more consistently. And I totally hear you. For that friend and for all of you and for myself as well, I totally hear you. If I just had more money, my life would be way easier, and it'd be easier to be happy consistently. And there's an opportunity to feel good now, regardless of if the situation has changed. So the top ways to do that I've found are, number one, you want to first choose how you want to feel and think about the area when you're in a neutral or positive state. What do I mean by that? When you're going for a walk outside in the sunshine, you just finished watching a great movie or listening to great music, pick that area of your life. If it's, for example, finances, that's the elephant in the room, and you see that you normally feel anxious and worried about money, and you usually think something like, I never have enough, there's never enough money, then you could actually, with a cool head, pick how you want to feel and how you want to think. So I want to feel relaxed and happy about my finances. And make sure it's not too big of a leap, like you maybe wouldn't pick ecstatic, or you might if that's somewhat believable for you. And then second, pick how you want to think. I want to think, man, you know, I've actually always had enough money to get by, to live. That's pretty cool. Things are generally looking up in my finances. They're getting a little bit better all the time. So you've picked how you want to think and how you want to feel. Now the second part is you want to do what I call the Goldfish Method. So I pretend I'm a goldfish. When the negative thought pattern starts to come in, I literally distract myself like I'm a goldfish. I'll see, oh, a shiny penny, and then I go towards that. And you pick whatever the shiny penny is for you, whether it's my wife comes home, great shiny penny, she's beautiful, she distracts me all the time. One of my favorite books on my shelf, the thought of a movie that I really love, or a new song comes on my playlist that I really love, and I just let that be my excuse to almost make a little blip, like a record player, or when a CD skips, and there's that little blip in my brain pattern so that I can introduce a new thought, and then I can bring in how I want to think about it and how I want to feel about it. Third, I guess, if you need to bring in the heavy guns, what you need to do is called a state change. And this is something I learned from Tony Robbins. And I'm not going to go into the full meal deal that he does. If you like this concept, look him up because he's got some incredible stuff on this. But basically, you want to change your environment, you want to change your body, you want to change it in a drastic way. So if I'm ever having a really terrible time, I get up and I leave the apartment. I go for a walk outside, I do some push-ups, I jump up and down and wave my arms in the air. I mean, my wife has seen me do some really crazy things. But if I change my state, if I, not that it's a great habit to eat sugar all the time, but if I have a really good cookie that my wife has made me, or that I made, or just a delicious something in the fridge, and I just really enjoy that and I savor that, that can be a great state change. Obviously, if diet is something that you're trying to change, don't use that one. But these are just some examples of things you can use as a good state change. And then once I'm doing that state change, then I can bring back the thought that I actually want to think and the feeling I actually want to have. So once I've done the jumping jacks, I've gone for the walk in the sunshine, or I've listened to a great song and danced around the apartment, then I can think the thought I actually want to think. I've actually got a good amount of money. Things aren't so bad. Things are actually looking pretty good. And I feel really relaxed and I feel actually really happy about how things are going. Now, a lot of people try this once, it's not so easy, and they give up on it, and they say this stuff doesn't work. And I'm here to tell you this stuff does work. I know I've given this example before, but you didn't just eat once and say, yep, I'm good, I don't need to eat anymore. you ate consistently every single day. And if you do this even for 3-4 days in a row consistently, whenever you have those thoughts come up, I promise you, you will see a big difference in the way you think and feel now before that circumstance has even changed in your life. I've done it with every area of my life. The next one I see to do it in is actually in the area of technology. My phone is annoying the heck out of me, and so is my computer. So from today forward, I'm now going to use these processes to think differently and to feel differently about technology before the technology has even changed and started to work the way that I want it to. You can use this on anything. I hope this has been helpful. Tune in tomorrow for day 8. We'll keep this party train going, and feel free to leave any comments below with any feedback or thoughts that you have about how this video series has been helpful for you. Thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow.